Hi there, this is Dominic Dejean Craig, and for tonight's video, we're going to discuss the continued violence that is confronting our nation from coast to coast. We're going to talk about Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and you're in for a bonus. We're going to talk about Barack Obama. Boy, I can't wait. I almost want to start there, but actually, let's start with the violence in Portland. Briefly, this is what Donald Trump said. He told the mayor, if they don't clean up their act by tomorrow, he's going to send in the feds to do it. And it won't take but one day. And I believe him. Won't take but 30 minutes to clean that up. You know how I feel about the mayor. I feel that it's treason, that I feel that the mayor should be arrested for treason, prosecuted for treason. That mayor and the other mayors of the Democratic cities, these people who are just bending over to the bullies of Black Lives Matter. How dare they take a paycheck for representing Americans? Those cowards, man. So that's how I feel about that. So that's what's going on with Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And of course, the violence continues all across the nation. So now then, here we go. I know some of you had to have seen Joe Biden. I know some of you had to have seen him when he came out, and in the first 60 seconds from his basement in Delaware, he was confused and didn't know where he was. I know some of you had to have seen it. I mean, wow, it was so terrible. So terrible. The enthusiasm for this guy is at the bottom. I mean, this guy, they asked Joe Biden what he would do differently to manage the coronavirus. And he named 7 things. All 7 of those things are being done right now by Donald Trump. This is just to show you that he's asleep at the wheel. He's completely out of touch. But anyway, no enthusiasm for voting for this guy. As much as they tried to make it look like he was somehow involved in civil rights, the guy was a known racist. The proof is everywhere. If you don't believe me, fact check me, Google Biden racist. See what comes up. So he's got that. We don't know what happened with the young lady who was accusing him of rape. That was a credible accusation. We don't know what happened with that. I mean, this guy, and then of course he's asleep at the wheel. No enthusiasm. So they have to do something. So here comes salty ass, old crusty salty ass Barack Obama. This hoe, Barack Obama, this guy. Like, Barack Obama, ex-presidents are supposed to, they're supposed to go away. And you really should go away. You don't want them talking about your birth certificate that we all know is fake. We don't want them asking stuff like, well, where's Michelle Obama's pregnancy pictures? Where's Michelle Obama's baby shower pictures? You don't want them asking questions like that. But no, here comes your dry ass coming out at the funeral for John Lewis. Now, I wouldn't have said anything, but you just came out telling lies, man. I watched the video. At 20 minutes, you start coming out talking about, oh my goodness, you called the protesters peaceful. You said that the federal government is attacking peaceful protesters. Oh my goodness. That's what you said. You called them peaceful protesters. You called them peaceful protesters. And, wow. So that means that Barack Obama supports Black Lives Matter and Antifa, supports the violence, supports the burning, the arson, the attacks, supports the cops being shot and attacked, supports the takeovers, supports what happened in Seattle, what's still going on in Portland. He supports this. He calls that a peaceful protest. He calls those criminals peaceful protesters. This is a man who dropped a bomb every 20 minutes for 8 years. 7 different countries that we were not at war with. Some of his drone strikes hit funerals and weddings. Some of them took out children. This is the man, Barack Obama, who brought slavery back to Libya. Libya was a rich country. If you were in Libya when you got married, you got $50,000 to buy a house. Damn near everything was free in Libya. Like, I think Libya and I think Iraq and a few other, I think Libya was one of them countries where you just drove to the gas station, got gas and drove off. Gas was free. I think Libya was one of them countries. Now, you can buy a Negro for $400 in Libya. Barack Obama brought slavery back to Libya. Let me say that again. Barack Obama brought slavery back to Libya. So now then, back to the funeral, back to the eulogy. So then he continues. Then he says that there are people going after voting rights today. He says, it wasn't that long ago when we had to count some jelly beans to vote. Okay. Hey man, what do you mean we? What do you mean we? You ain't never had to do nothing like that, Mr. Obama. You ain't never had to count no jelly beans. What are you talking about? And then he continues, he says, there are people trying to take away our voting rights. And he goes on to say, by targeting students and minorities with restrictive ID laws, that means that this guy is against voter ID. Barack Obama is against voter ID. You know, even in Mexico, you got to have voter ID. Even in Mexico, you got to have voter ID. The only reason you wouldn't want voter ID is if you plan to cheat. And then he continues on with this lie. And he says that these people who are trying to bring in voter ID are also targeting the post office so that we can't have mail-in voting so that people won't get sick. You know, I just, wow, man. I just don't know where to start with this guy, man. I just don't know where to start. Years ago, I came out with a video. The video was called Why I Can't Stand Barack Obama Part 1. It was going to be part of a 3-part series, man. As soon as that video came out, man, I was immediately banned. I immediately went to Facebook jail for that video. But the video is still up and you can check it out below if you want to. And I just can't believe that this guy is sitting up here telling these lies on television. Sitting up here telling these lies on television. And I believe it all comes back to the fact that Joe Biden is asleep at the wheel. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that he doesn't know where he is. Everybody knows it. So the enthusiasm gap is very, very low. They want to go with the mail-in voting so that they can cheat. They want to get rid of voting ID so that they can cheat. Get out of here. You need an ID to get alcohol. Don't even get me started. But they just let anybody walk up and vote. Come on, man. Get up out of it. Mail-in vote. No. They're getting ready to cheat. And the reason that you see Barack Obama's cracker ass, and yes, I called him a cracker. Barack Obama is a cracker. Wheat bread, he's a wheat bread cracker, but he is a cracker nonetheless. Now, when I call Barack Obama a cracker, some people say, well, what about Kamala Harris? I'm like, nah, she's more like pita chips. She's more like, but anyway, yeah, more like pita chips. I don't know when he just came out and told them lies, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, nobody in his class at Columbia saw him. None of his professors knew him. My goodness. How many lies? Who is this guy? But anyway, so that's my video. And I got to say, man, it was made with disgust. Barack Obama disgusts me. All right. These people who think he did something, I got to tell you what, he did nothing for blacks. Black people were the only people making less money after 8 years of Barack Obama than they were before. Black people were actually doing better under George Bush than they were under Obama. Obama presided over the greatest transfer of wealth out of the black community during the housing crisis. $1 billion. Nobody went to jail. Nobody went to jail. The whistleblowers that they want to protect. Oh, he didn't protect no whistleblowers. He went right after Bradley Manning. He went right after Edward Snowden. This guy, man, I'm going to tell you what. Number one, he's not who he says he is. And number two, for him to come out and try to play his black card? You want to play your black card after 8 years? You're no longer the president. And the only time you reach out to blacks is when you want them to do something for you? And you hijacked that man's eulogy. So yeah, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with that wheat bread cracker ass Barack Obama. So anyway, that's my video and I went over time and I'd like to thank you very much for watching and I hope that you have a nice day.